So this is just my little walk that I have down by the river. And today is really, really warm, but I wanted to show you these beautiful roses here. The rose bushes are really coming into bloom. Tomorrow will be June 1st, so that would explain that. But just going for a nice walk, trying to get used to the temperatures, as my temperatures will be steadily in the 90s where I'm going, and today we're supposed to get up to 95. So, 9 weeks to go. So New York's looking fabulous today. And so yeah, we're kind of in that holding point right now. And with 9 weeks to go, not a whole lot has been decided, though we did finally today get our look-see trip tickets booked. And my gosh, they were expensive. Part of it is because, of course, there's not as many routes completely open, and so we're having to really look into doing this kind of short term. We can't do things long term. Nice helicopter. Typical New York. There's usually one buzzing around somewhere. Oh, beautiful trees with these big white flowers. I am going blank as to what the name of them are. I think it is it's a dogwood? I'll have to look it up. I'm going to be so angry when I see the name because I know it. But they are all in beautiful bloom. I wanted to have a few of these at the cottage up in Vermont. I was planning on planting some, but never really got a chance. So I know a lot of people know this part of New York, or Manhattan particularly, all the skyscrapers, and then you know Central Park. But one thing is that they really also have a lot of other parks, and this is a part of Riverside Park. Across the way you see there all that greenery, and in the fall it's just beautiful because it's lit up in oranges and yellows. There's cherry blossoms over there for the early spring. It's a great park. If you come to visit New York City, definitely go to Riverside Park and walk along it, and I think you'd be pleasantly surprised with what all you find and see along the way. But I just love that part. You go from the extreme high rises right into the beautiful lower rise ones, which you know are still probably 10, well no, they're probably 20-story tall buildings, but not like these big tall, especially those big tall cigarette buildings there they've got now. Those really thin buildings. So I thought I would take a couple moments and just kind of do a conversation about what's going on, and I hope you can hear me. I know it's a little bit windy, so that might be something. So it is now 9 weeks until our official lease is up. It might be 10 depending on if they're going to let us stay to the end of the month or until only the 26th of the month. But basically for my counting purposes, we're at number 9. And of course the New York mosquitoes are going to go over right as I'm going to talk. This is a highway for helicopters. And we just got back 2 days ago from England because we went and we did a 2-week trip. Now that was all planned beforehand. I've probably mentioned it before, and it was a chance to go see family we've not seen for many, many years, largely due to that which we will not name. Darn it. It was a great trip, and actually ended up being really good for us because we've been holding our breaths, and every week slowly more information, and then finally the realization that yes, he's been offered the position, yes, we've accepted, and now we need to go down immigration and all these other myriad of things that are kind of also out of our control. And the opportunity to just kind of go and not think about it. And we didn't think about it because A, we were so happy to be back in England, and the weather was gorgeous, the trip was wonderful, and of course seeing family really meant a lot to us. We've been concerned about quite a few of our family members. So that was great. And you know, we were moving around England, and we went from London, or from Marlow to London up to Manchester, and flew home, and it was just nice, you know, and we couldn't get on emails as easy, and there was no replying. So once we told people we were on vacation, you know, all the calls for the logistics about the move and stuff just kind of stopped. And so it was nice to have that break. However, that does mean that we've really eaten into a lot of time, and at the same time felt like we've not gotten any further because it's 2-3 weeks later and we're in the same spot we were. However, as of today, we now have at least the tickets, the flights for us going to Singapore. Now we're going to go and do what's called a look-see. See, helicopter highway. Told you. So anyway, I'll be standing here all day if I just don't talk over it, basically, is what it is. But that needs to happen fairly quickly. So we just got the tickets, and that's going to be in 2 weeks' time. So not even a full 2 weeks. Today is a Tuesday, and we leave not this coming Friday, but the Friday after for Singapore. So then we're going to be there for almost 2 weeks, which is great. Most look-sees are not that long. It's great that we're able to go there for that long. Again, though, it means 2 weeks of not being here, going through our stuff, and actually feeling like I'm going forward. But we need to go do it. I'm glad we're there for 2 weeks because I'm hoping we can find an apartment in those 2 weeks and get everything set up so we know where we're moving to come the final move, whenever that is, which is approximately, we're hoping, about 9 to 10 weeks from now. There's a lot of things that can happen in between that time, a whole lot. We could end up not having the mover set up in time. I have no idea about shipping or any of that. We haven't even started that part. So basically right now we've got the flights, and now we have to book where we're going to stay when we're in Singapore. And then my job for the next 2 weeks is really to hammer out, what do I need to go look at? What do I need to see? What, you know, I'm going to be doing reconnaissance the whole time I'm there. What's there, what shops, what things are easy to find that I, you know, can hit the ground running. What are things I'm going to really need, things I'm not. What do I want to bring from the United States? Things like that. And if we have an idea of what the apartment is, I'm really hoping to be able to decide, you know, what all furniture we're definitely bringing. I think we have a pretty good idea anyway. But if there's stuff that we need to pick up before we go. But we don't have any idea with immigration. We had our first phone call with our relocation specialist. Sorry for the finger. For our relocation specialist, that was, well, she's our settling in coordinator is the term for settling in, last night. And, you know, without a lot of information, basically just an introduction. Hello, these are the services that we can provide. And then she's supposed to be sending me some documentation. So one of the things is a group to kind of, I don't know if it's going to be a Facebook group or what type of group of DPs, as we're known, which is dependent pass holders or trailing spouses. I'm sure I've already shared my opinion of that title. But she's supposed to be, you know, giving me contact of how to get a hold of a group in that. I have already joined some Facebook groups, and I'll go over those as we get going along as far as my experiences with them and what's kind of going on with it. I will tell you this, I don't know if I would recommend getting that involved with them this early. So sorry about that, but I think my video cut me off, and I'm not sure where it cut me off at. So I'm just going to finish taking my walk. I'm in the shade, as you can tell. It is quite warm, and I'm going to go to the grocery store, and today is Tuesday, so we're going to have a taco salad for Taco Tuesday. Hot weather, that's what's going to be on the menu in Singapore, and probably lots of salads will be on our menu. Just because hot weather kind of makes me want that kind of food. So, this is such a process. It is amazing to me. Such a process, but yet so slow moving because there's so much out of our control. But then again, it feels like it's also going really quickly. But I think the madness will commence once we come back from Singapore. I'm glad we're getting this opportunity to be able to go see and choose a place. Hopefully it all works out just fine. But I'll be taking you along one way or the other. So stick with me. Here we go.